Hi, Marilyn O'Hearn here today talking about cultural oops, Starbucks, me, and you. So we're all on this journey to increased awareness, including cultural, and oops are bound to happen. And when they do, how do you handle them? So a few weeks ago, we had a program on communication, how to handle communicating with others when you hear one of their oops. And imagine my horror last week when my cultural oops was called out by one of my newsletter readers. And I apologized and I'm redoing the video. So she said, I particularly wanted to communicate with you because the intention of your work is to raise cultural awareness, and yet this feels like a cultural blind spot. Ouch. And she also explained about how my cultural oops affected her. We also look at Starbucks. The Starbucks arrest in the store cannot be undone. And I cannot recall the newsletter. Unfortunately, I tried. So Starbucks apologized and committed to shut the stores to have a bias training. And my response to that was, great beginning and not enough. I posted that in social media and I sent a letter to COO Rosalind Brewer. The research shows that having a one-time bias awareness training can even have a detrimental effect. So people can hear the message, everyone has bias, and then their brain jumps to the conclusion, so therefore I don't have to worry about it. And so I recommend training over time and combining that with coaching to increase effectiveness. That increases effectiveness of training alone by 55%. So let's go back to what is a cultural oop? Well, it's really recognizing and expressing regret over the effects of our words and actions at times where we wish we could rewind, and stepping instead into that apology and then some curiosity to learn more about how this is affecting you and to ask for help at looking at alternative words and actions. So that's a paraphrase of Martha Leslie's definition from Leadership That Works. And then to take action, like Starbucks. And my actions, as you heard, were included apologies, and I'm redoing the video, but also invited this reader, who I'm so appreciative of, into a conversation. And I continue to learn, including and especially helpful in community, both internationally and locally. And I have an accountability partner. That's especially important for me as a solopreneur. And I'm even considering vetting messages first. So an accountability increases your probability of success up to 95%. So where do you see yourself in this example? So I was doing a bias program, and a participant shared that she had decided to see a cultural group that she was working with, quote, like everyone else. And while that may sound noble and embracing, it can actually trivialize cultural differences rather than celebrating and leveraging them. And in the chat, another participant called that an oops. So how are you coaching and handling, how are you catching, and handling cultural oops? And what are you doing for accountability? So leadership, leaders, and coaches, I invite you to contact me about programs and coaching to decrease the frequency and impact of our inevitable oops. Thank you.